Hey, and welcome back. Today, I want to talk about something I hear all the time, and it's been holding a lot of women back from actually getting better. I hear, I have migraines, but I also have Hashimoto's, or lupus, or fibromyalgia, or Crohn's, or gut issues that no one's been able to figure out, or chronic neck pain from an old injury, that you have been dealing with for years. And then women like this say to me, Debbie, I want to work on my migraines, but I need to get the other things handled first. And I get it. I get it. That totally makes sense on the surface, but it's actually the wrong way to look at it. And today, I'm going to explain why so that you understand. So here's an analogy that I want you to hold on to. Imagine that your yard is completely overrun with weeds. Migraines are one weed, Hashimoto's is another, fibromyalgia, gut issues, chronic neck pain, fatigue, anxiety. They just keep coming back no matter what you do. So every week you mow them down. It looks neat for a few days, things are manageable. Then you look out the window and they're back, taller than before. So you do what I would probably do because I don't like gardening. You mow them down again and again, week after week, season after season, spending time and money and energy just to end up in the same yard with the same weeds. Because mowing never touched the root. That's conventional medicine. The neurologist mows your migraines. The rheumatologist mows your lupus. The gastroenterologist mows your gut issues. The pain specialist mows your fibromyalgia. Everyone's doing their job, right? Nobody's looking at what's underneath, and nobody is asking why the weeds keep growing back in the first place. What I do is get down deep and pull from the root. Even though I don't like doing it in gardening, truthfully outside, that's what I do with women who have migraines. And at the root, underneath almost every one of those weeds is the same thing. It's chronic inflammation. So let me walk you through some of the conditions I see most often alongside migraines and what they actually have in common. Number one is autoimmunity. When you have an autoimmune condition like Hashimoto's, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, type 2 diabetes, your immune system has gotten confused. Instead of attacking outside threats, it starts attacking your own tissue. Different targets, different names, different doctors, different medications, but the underlying question nobody's asking is why the immune system is confused in the first place. The answer is almost always chronic inflammation that has been running so long, the immune system starts misfiring. Number two, gut issues. Your gut and your brain are in constant communication. When your gut lining is compromised, when your microbiome is off balance, and when you have chronic bloating or pain or unpredictable digestion, your nervous system is in a state of constant low-grade alarm. Now, that alarm keeps inflammation elevated, and elevated inflammation keeps migraines active. Your gut is not a separate issue. It is often one of the most direct drivers of what's happening in your head. And then we get this diagnosis of fibromyalgia, right? The widespread pain, the fatigue, the brain fog, the sensitivity to everything. These are not separate from your migraine. They are coming from the same place. A nervous system that is completely overwhelmed and a body that has been in a state of chronic inflammation for so long it does not know how to turn off anymore. And neck issues and old injuries. This one gets missed all the time. An old whiplash, a car accident you thought you recovered from, years of tension held in your neck and shoulders, physical trauma that disrupted the structure of your spine and the flow of your nervous system. It is still contributing to your migraines, and no amount of adjustments will hold when the inflammation driving the dysfunction has never been addressed. 2 conditions, 3 conditions, 4 conditions, one root cause. And we're treating them all like they have nothing to do with each other. And then there's the food. I have to address this one directly because it comes up constantly. Women come to me having done every elimination diet imaginable. Gluten-free, dairy-free, low histamine, low tyramine, AIP. They've cut everything out that they love and they are still getting migraines. And they think food is either the answer or it's not. And here's the truth. Nutrition is absolutely part of the picture. What you eat, how you eat, when you eat, and whether your body is actually absorbing what you're giving it, all that really matters deeply. But food alone, I don't care what your circumstances are, food alone will never get you migraine freedom. You cannot out-eat a nervous system that is stuck in survival mode. You cannot out-eat hormonal chaos. You cannot out-eat an autoimmune condition that has never been addressed at the root. And you cannot out-eat the effects of years of medication on your gut lining. Nutrition is one key in a system that requires multiple keys to unlock. When it works alongside other pieces, it is incredibly powerful. If you've ever lived in an apartment and you had, helicopter parents, they probably put all those locks on your door, right? So you don't just you have a regular lock, you have a deadbolt, you have a chain, you have a hook, you have all those things. I want you to think about nutrition as one. So if you take the deadbolt off, right, you still have the hook, you still have the regular lock, you still have the chain. You haven't gotten to everything you need to get to. So when it is only one thing that you are working on, you will keep getting partial results that do not hold. So here's what gets me. Women come to me saying they are done with conventional medicine, right? They want a natural solution. They want to get to the root cause. And then they approach their own healing the exact same way conventional medicine does, working on each condition separately, chasing each symptom in isolation. That's just conventional medicine without the prescription pad. Functional medicine acts as a completely different question. Instead of what is the name of this condition and what manages it, it asks, what is the environment inside this body that allows all of this to exist? And when you ask that question, everything changes. When you stop mowing and start pulling from the root, something remarkable happens. Weeds you are not even directly working on start to disappear too, because they were all connected underground the whole time. One root system feeding all of them. And when you work on reducing that chronic inflammation, calming it down, you're not just working on your migraines. You're working on everything that inflammation is feeding at the same time. Your immune system starts to calm down. Your gut starts to heal. Your hormones start to regulate. Your nervous system starts to settle. And your migraines, they start to respond. I see this play out all the time. A woman comes in just focused on her migraines, right? But she also has Hashimoto's, fibromyalgia, and a gut issue, and has been managing all of it with medication for years and has just accepted that this is her life. We work on inflammation together. A few months in, she comes back and says, hey, my thyroid levels have improved. My doctor just adjusted my medication. My gut's actually calmed down a little. I'm not bloated. I don't have heartburn all the time. My widespread pain is better. I actually noticed I have more energy. And my migraines are significantly reduced in severity, duration, and frequency. These women, they didn't target each thing separately, right? She did not target each condition directly. She worked on the root, and the root was feeding everything. And when it shifted, everything shifted. And I want to tell you, when this happens, it changes something in a person. When symptoms start disappearing that you were not even directly working on, hope actually comes back. And I'm talking real hope, not the hope of finding the right medication or the right elimination diet, the hope that your body actually knows how to heal when you stop mowing it down and start giving it what it actually needs. If you have migraines and another condition, you do not have to choose which one to work on first. You don't have to wait. The work, it's the same work. One clear focus, reduce chronic inflammation, and you are working on all of it at the same time. Nutrition matters. It's part of the work, but it's one key, not the whole lock. When it works together with everything else, your body finally has what it needs to actually heal. Instead of managing 5 things in 5 different directions, you have one target. And as that target shifts, you start to see things improve that you've completely given up on. Your body is not a yard full of individual weeds with different names. It's one root system. Stop mowing. Start pulling and give your body what it actually needs to stop growing them in the first place. Now, if you're ready to figure out specifically what is driving that chronic inflammation in your body, come schedule a complimentary migraine breakthrough assessment. The link's in the show notes. Let's look at your whole picture together. Here's to your migraine freedom.